How the power of images might help pass new gun control laws. All that and more now on Graf's Grievances. Speaking at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, President Joe Biden championing the free and independent press and paying special homage to black publications. The president reminding Americans that it was black periodicals that carried the images of Emmett Till's open casket after the 14-year-old black boy was brutally murdered and mutilated by white men in Mississippi. Jet magazine first publishing the close-up photographs of Till, showing his pistol-whipped body, crushed skull, gouged out eye, and his other eye hanging from its optic nerve. These brutal images of Till and the television coverage of his funeral, turning a small-town murder into a symbol of American injustice and galvanizing black Americans to join the civil rights movement. Just 100 days after Till's murder, Rosa Parks refusing to give up her bus seat to a white passenger and getting arrested for violating segregation laws. Parks reportedly saying she thought about going to the back of the bus, but then thought about Emmett Till, and she couldn't do it. The civil rights movement sparked by Till's horrific murder was made possible thanks to the courageous and heroic actions of Mamie Till, Emmett Till's mother. Miss Till insisting on an open casket at her son's funeral, saying, quote, "Let the people see what I've seen." And thanks to Miss Till's decision, the people, far and wide, saw what happened to her son. On the 8th anniversary of Emmett Till's murder, Dr. Martin Luther King delivering his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech at the March on Washington. The photographs and television coverage of Emmett's body in the 1950s were a turning point in America's long struggle for racial equality. Perhaps once again, photographs and television coverage could be a turning point in another American struggle, the fight against gun violence. Despite guns being the leading cause of premature deaths in the U.S., with 1 in 5 American adults having had a family member killed by a gun, we, the American people, see virtually no images of gun violence. Our society is awash in images. Everyone has a camera phone. At least 95 million photos and videos are posted on Instagram each day. Yet we see no images of the impact of gun violence on our community. And it is totally understandable why the parents of a child who has been murdered by a person with a gun don't want to see images of their now dead child, and certainly don't want anyone else to see those images either. Yet by not publishing the graphic photos of gun violence victims, the American public is being shielded from the horrors of guns. According to the Gun Violence Archives, almost 14,000 people in America have already been killed by gun violence this year. There have been more mass shootings than days in 2023. And while Fox News finds over 80% of Americans support requiring criminal background checks and mental health checks on all gun buyers, and even 61% of Americans favor banning assault rifles and semi-automatic weapons, Republicans in Congress refuse to act. The overwhelming resistance of Republican politicians to widely supported gun control is infuriating and confounding. They appear numb to increasingly dire gun violence statistics. Yet Democrats and those who support stronger gun control laws cannot remain stagnant as the slaughter of our loved ones and fellow Americans continues to exponentially increase. Just as Miss Till bravely showing the world the astonishing brutality inflicted against her son by racist thugs brought about change, maybe if Americans can see what happens when young children are shot and killed by bullets fired from a gun, Republicans will be forced to act. Thanks for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think.